Here we have a Super Duty shaft for Dennis and his son Derek Benoit. So this is a 2010-ish F350 rear shaft, kind of typical of the Super Duty shafts that I do. This truck is not high mileage, but it's more like duration. Also, the number of years has transpired and exposure to the environment, I guess, because I see all these shafts and they're kind of all relatively in the same condition or worse, unfortunately. This one cleaned up real well, but it was in the category of what I would say shut off in the nick of time. Yeah, here's the rear U-joint that came out of the pinion yoke at the rear axle. The CV head, one of the joints was well on its way to failure, but it hadn't fallen apart yet. The ball kit was on its way out. It was just dry. Slip yoke, dry. You know, kind of the same story you hear me say a lot when you see me with one of these in the balancing machine. So it's sandblasted, pair of new 1350 series snap tights, boot kit, ball kit at the CV end, 1410 down there. I cleaned the slip yoke out real good. It's packed full of good, hard, the real good quality sticky red grease. Grease fitting in it like I always do, so it grew a grease fitting miraculously. So that's cruising. That's 2,500 RPM there, cruising along nice and smooth. That's dead flat zeroed at the transfer case. It's zeroed the rear axle. There, I can see where the original weights had been, but the buildup of rust had spit the weights off a long time ago. So this thing had been running for a while with no weights on it at all. And then obviously that rear U-joint coming apart. So this thing is going to be light years better for Dennis than it was previously. So I'm going to call this a win for his F350, and we'll get it back in the truck for him. Get it painted and back in the truck.